I'm walking up the stairs, and I get to the last stair, and I trip.
Oh!
My first step on Madison Square Garden was a trip.
It's the Up and Country Show, where the heart of Nashville matches thrilling adventures with rising country artists. I'm your host, Sue Bonzell. Join us as we explore the vibrant Nashville area alongside talented musicians, combining exhilarating escapades with exclusive interviews and energetic live performances. Each week, we dive into the captivating world of country music, showcasing the next generation of artists who are poised to make their mark on the industry. Let's get it started.
I'm here at Jersey Oven with Williams Honor. We have got Gordon and we have got Reagan. I'm excited, number one, because the food here smells amazing. We're going to be tasting that here in just a little bit.
Sure.
But we got to talk about some music, y'all.
Yes.
Right? You have some new music. Let's. What do you got here?
This is our new album called X. All about new beginnings, fresh start from your past, and it is a record for everybody to start anew.
Okay, I like that. So we're drawing from maybe some experience, right?
A little bit.
Well, we first started calling it the breakup album. And, you know, when people hear breakup album, they think, oh, it's going to be sad and depressing. But I'm sure everybody knows that a breakup can be one of the greatest things that ever happened to you in your entire life.
Absolutely.
So there's songs of appreciation, empowerment, support.
Now, I do notice there is a little parental advisory. So we just got to, throw that out. I mean, that's kind of like it's kind of like a,
a thing now.
Kind of a thing, right?
Yeah.
When I go anywhere, you can see parents telling their kids, hey, watch out for that guy. We wanted to make sure that, because like Jersey country, where we come from, mixes all of the elements of your classic country, modern country, and of course our roots of, your Springsteen and Bon Jovi and Southside Johnny and all the other great stuff that comes from our Monster Magnet and the Atkins and
Clint Black was born in Jersey.
Yeah,
that's right.
He was born in Long Branch.
Eddie Rabbit's from Jersey.
Juice Newton.
Mary Shaping Carpenter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Breland is actually from Jersey.
I love Breland.
Yes.
He's been on my show. I love that guy.
We're proud of our style of country music because we respect what has happened in Nashville all these years. We love it, and we just put our flavor. And that's what gives us our unique artistry, so we think.
When I listen, I'm like, okay, it sounds like rock and roll, almost like what rock and roll used to be, that now could be classified as country.
Sure, yeah. We say it all the time. If Bruce Springsteen came out today, if there was no, all these decades of music from Bruce, and he came out today doing what he does, he'd be a country artist.
Right, that's exactly.
Storyteller.
Yes.
Storyteller. So that's where we kind of try to
if Fleetwood Mac or Eagles came out today, they'd be a little bit.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. You're exactly right.
And if you grow up in Nashville, the Opry is kind of like, And so growing up by the beach in New Jersey, Madison Square Garden is kind of our Opry, where we physically grew up. Our first show with Williams Honor happened to be on stage with Bruce, and we ended our first record by getting a tap on the shoulder to perform with Bon Jovi at Madison Square Garden. Right after they got inducted into the Rock Hall. So it was quite an honor for us.
It's kind of a big deal.
You would have told John Bon Jovi in 1986, 1987, like living on the prairie, like those years, right after you're inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you're going to have a country band open up for you. He would say,
excuse me, what? So was Madison Square Garden, was that like the largest venue that you played?
That was, yes.
Yeah. And so what was that like, actually stepping out on stage, knowing that you're at one of the biggest places ever?
I'll tell you exactly what it's like. So when you go onto the stage, you walk up these stairs from the back, and when you see the platform and the sun in this like half circumference, it looks like the sun is rising and you have died and you were about to go to heaven. So I was the first one out. I'm walking up the stairs and I get to the last stair and I trip.
Oh!
My first step on Madison Square Garden was a trip. Now, if you looked at it on video, you get a little kick. I didn't fall,
Right.
but
yeah,
I did trip.
It was also God's little humbling moment,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm like, you're on a big
You're
stage.
cool.
I'm like,
21,000
It's really
people here, so.
Yeah.
So you guys have a big tour plan. You're going to Europe. Tell us about the European
We
tour.
are so excited. So this is the first time we're taking Williams Honor overseas, and this music that we've been doing, part of something called Light of Day, which helps to solve the problems of Parkinson's and ALS and PSP.
Wow.
And we leave on Thanksgiving, so what more to be thankful for?
That's right. That's a great
Absolutely.
When we first got together, you know, obviously naming a band is so incredibly important because you have to love it.
Right.
Because you're going to hear it all the time. You're going to see it. There's going to be banners. There's going to be shirts. There's going to be everything.
So if we're going to do this,
Right.
the name had to really mean something.
Mm-hmm.
We really, you know how you'll ask different artists, well, what was your band? And they'll give you a list of names that well, we were almost this, we were almost this. We never were almost anything else.
Ah, interesting.
There was nothing else. William was my dad's name. And then we just said Williams Honor. Now, it's really in tribute to both of our dads, even though we used my dad's name. It's really for both of our dads. Both of our dads were in the military. They both have passed away. They both were such huge supporters of us. His dad's name was Bernard, and Bernard's honor just didn't roll off the
I'm
tongue.
going to use that for my cover band.
Bernie.
Bernie's
Bernie's
Honor.
Honor.
Bernie's
Bernie's
Honor.
I always like to bring up the fact that it's Williams without an apostrophe because
Right.
as plural, not for Hank Williams, but that could be everybody.
Could be right.
It's an
Yes.
every man's term. Meanwhile, a lot of people affectionately call us GNR
Oh, okay.
because of Gordon and Reagan, and because the fact we fight all the time, just like Guns N' Roses.
For short, we were called Willie Ho.
Oh boy.
Right. So we.
I don't think you want to go with that one, but you know.
Well, we'll tell you the story. So during the pandemic, we did a little pivot, and Reagan said, listen, you know, we love playing acoustic and coming up with arrangements. So let's start this live stream. And she really jumped on it at the very beginning of the pandemic because when we couldn't leave our houses. All right, well, let's do this every week. Let's see if people
Because
care.
in the beginning, not everybody, it got to be a thing like towards,
Yes.
you know, the middle of the everybody was doing live streams.
yes.
In the
And
beginning,
Reagan, she had the, I think people were going to watch this. I'm like, no way. She's like, I'm telling you, I'm funny.
I
And
never
you're really
said
funny. And I'm like, okay, let's give it a shot.
I never
So,
said that. I said,
We got together in her living room and we started taking requests and coming up with songs and doing arrangements prior, and we'd rehearse the show
Right.
just like it was, you know, Hee Haw,
Like
Saturday Night Live.
Right. Exactly.
We had skits. I mean, this was,
Really?
right?
there were
Okay.
puppets.
So right before we're gonna go on,
I'm
I
a
go,
puppet master.
we need puppets. He says, what?
What?
I said, we need puppets. I ran upstairs. I got a sock. It wasn't even a clean sock. I'm gonna tell you right now. I got a sock.
This was one of the characters on the show. The show had characters.
I made 2 puppets. One was him with a little gray streak.
G-Pups.
And then-
G-Pups.
You guys see my gray streak over here?
I see your gray streak.
You do. All right. Hey, you ready to play some songs now?
I believe so.
All right. I just want everybody to see my dog tags one more time. Hey, why are you touching me?
I think I said that yesterday.
I know,
to
but
stop touching
I
me.
mean, when you touch me, I'm a puppet. You know that.
I didn't know.
You know the laws about puppets, right?
I didn't know puppet law.
You're not supposed to talk about the G-Pups law.
I didn't know that.
There is a law. Don't break it. Don't break me and don't break the law.
So G-Pups became
People requested
Oh,
G-Pups.
that
G-Pups.
is
So
hilarious.
G-Pups looks just like Gordon. So we had a thing where G-Pups hero was Gordon.
Well, I'm upset that G-Pups is not here.
Well, he is.
G-Pups
If you
came
go,
to Nashville because his eyes kept
oh,
popping
one of our
off.
episodes. Oh, so wait.
His
So let me
eyes,
tell.
his eyes
Can I
kept,
tell her the
no,
story?
No, his eyes kept popping off because I just taped them with duct tape, and I put his paper eyes on, and so he'd be doing this, and then the eye would start to pop off. So he came to Nashville.
Then he'd make fun of his
he
own
went
self
to
with his
Clarksville
eyes.
Ophthalmology to get his eye surgery.
One of
Well,
the
of course.
episodes, he got his eyes fixed. So our live stream became a top 10 live stream ranked by Polestar.
No kidding.
Well, every week it would
week.
be in top 10.
Because Polestar stopped ranking tours. There weren't any.
Dang it.
So they started doing live streams, and there we are with the
That's
Opry
funny.
and Carrie Underwood.
Right,
and
so
like,
at the
you know,
year end,
we're like,
2020
what
year
is
end, we were
going
number
on?
24.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we're number 24 because we're up against, like you said,
Right.
Carrie Underwood.
biggest
I mean,
stars
we
in
would
the
see
world.
Miley Cyrus one week, and then we'd be like number 7 I'm like, is this real life?
It
What
was
is that?
wacky.
They did not get my memo. I was doing hot tub happy hour during the pandemic. I was
Whoa.
in my bikini in a hot
love
tub
it.
drinking.
Oh my
basically.
God!
we
I
missed
wish
the-
somebody would have
They
told
didn't
me
get the
that.
memo.
Oh.
Right.
Because we certainly weren't perfect. We are banner falling down. Pizza
She's
delivery
knocking over
guy.
Christmas trees
Oh,
for the
my tree
holidays.
fell down. I knocked it down.
Oh my God!
Everything's I
It's
mean,
insane.
and
So
that's
this little dumb show that we thought was, we do an episode or two, lasted for the whole year.
Yep.
We ended up on this year-end thing,
Number
Pole
24.
Star, and it was helping us build our
Yes,
identity and who we are as Williams Honor.
it was we call
while
it
we couldn't put our second record.
right.
Right.
But
So-
we would then give people the teasers of all the songs.
Right.
Yeah.
So they got to say, love that one, love that
They
one.
could tell us.
So
for
they
sure.
the
felt
feedback
part
and
of,
yes.
part of it, yeah.
Isn't it amazing that I mean, for as messed up as the pandemic was and the shutdown and all the things that came out of it
Yeah.
that you didn't even expect.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Anything in
Yeah.
life, there's got to be.
I didn't know
silver
how we
lining
were going to
to.
survive,
Right.
much less. And people would give us money
Right.
every week
Right.
to do this.
Well, because
I'm like,
you were still entertaining, and your job is as an
Yeah,
entertainer.
but-
You have talent. They're paying you for your
we
entertainment.
weren't charging an admission price.
Right.
People would Venmo and PayPal, and
But
it,
aside from
it
that,
was incredible. I
once
mean,
once we got back into the world, you can't imagine that people would come up to us crying in
Yeah.
tears saying, "You got
thanks
me
for
through
getting
it.
me
You
through.
got me through it."
On the boardwalk, I'm walking down my boardwalk, it's basically my backyard. People come up and be like, I saw that episode where the Christmas tree fell, and I'm like, where am I? I mean, this is crazy.
Hi, I'm Reagan Richards,
I'm Gordon Brown
and we're Williams Honor, and we're going to do our new song, Can't Wait to Be Ashamed,
from our new album.
X. I need a man, baby, tonight I don't want to think. Maybe someone who will buy me drinks, and if I end it with words to you. So here I am, standing in front of the mirror now. Baby, panties are wrong, pushing up this bar. With upncountry singing, hallelujah! Woo! Lipstick, hot tricks on coming out tonight. I can't wait to be ashamed. I'm no out to no pain. Ain't no way for us to be the same. I can't wait to be ashamed. Ho! I go to church, get on my knees like a good girl now. I do what I please when the sun goes down. Turn a blind eye to the world. Lipstick, hot tricks all coming out tonight. I can't wait to be ashamed. I'll go out, take no rain. Ain't no way for us to be the same. I can't wait to be ashamed. I can't wait to be ashamed. Leave this bar, know his name. Up all night and go down in flames. I can't wait to be ashamed. Yo! Woo! Lipstick, hot tricks all coming out tonight. Coming out tonight. I can't wait to be ashamed. I'll go out, take no break. Ain't no way for us to be the same. I can't wait to be ashamed. I can't wait to be ashamed. Leave this bar, know his name. Up all night and go down in flames. I can't wait to be ashamed. Oh! I can't I can't wait to be ashamed. I can't wait to I can't wait to be I can't wait I can't wait to be I can't wait.
This actually divides the state in two.
It actually does. It's very
The
true.
North and the South, which you don't usually hear about New Jersey. People in the North call it Taylor ham or
Taylor ham.
Taylor ham. What is
Taylor
it?
ham. Taylor. Well,
I can't even say it because I'm not even used to
You're
saying
not allowed to.
uh-uh.
People up north call it, what do they call it?
Taylor ham.
Right. So down by me, Asbury Park area in South, it's a Jersey pork roll, egg and cheese.
Okay.
That's the real name of the sandwich.
Now, what is in there?
So what you have here is egg, cheese, of course, and pork roll. Now it is Taylor ham,
Okay.
which is the trick.
That's the trick.
That is why it's a whole entire thing of what it's called. The Taylor, it's the brand of ham.
I see.
Right.
Okay.
Now, if you get this right, see this whole thing going on here with
Right.
the cuts?
Oh, yeah.
That's the trick. So this way it cooks
That's the
correctly.
It cooks like flat.
Cooks flat. If you just put it in the pan without cutting that, you're going to get bubbles. It's not going to cook even.
So I want to know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll let you dig in on
Here,
here,
I'm going
and
to
I
give
need
you
to know how good it is.
the. Whoa. Oh my God.
I'm enjoying this so much.
That is perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Since y'all are from
Wow.
Jersey.
Yeah.
That's a statement, right?
Yeah.
It
No,
is. Really.
this is I am probably one of the best judges of this sandwich.
Okay. So it's legit
Yeah.
here at Jersey
Oh.
Oven in
Yeah.
Mount Juliet, Tennessee.
Yeah.
You can come get the, what's it called again?
It's perfect. A Jersey pork roll, egg and cheese.
Pork roll, egg, and cheese.
And
See, now I'm from wine country
Yeah,
originally,
right.
so I'm a wine snob,
Right.
and y'all are like bagel snobs,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
And
legitimately,
pizza,
like
and pizza snobs.
yes, exactly. So and you have the right to be,
Yeah.
because you have the
Because we know.
experience, right? You know.
It's truth or truth.
Well, it has come time of the show to play my world famous game, Truth or Truth. Are you ready?
Very much so.
If she doesn't tell the truth, can I let you
Yes,
know? that
you
she's
can
a-
tell on her.
What is the worst grade you received for a class in school or college? Well, we'll talk about college. I'll tell the story. I've got a D in geology because I never went. And what happened was, it was one of those. I went to University of Pittsburgh for literally about a minute, maybe a minute and 10 seconds. I went, and it was one of those big classes where there's 300 people in there, because it was a big school. I only took geology because everything else was filled up. I'm like, it was an elective. I'm like, okay, I'll take this. Then I get in there, I'm like, what am I doing here? So I never would go. And it was on a long day, and it was right in the middle of a long day, and I'm like, so easy to skip. So when it came time to have exam time, the night before, I met this really cute guy, and I'm like, oh gosh, make out with him or study for the test. Then I realized I have no notes. I had like 2 pages of notes that were like random words like rock,
Igneous.
purple. I'm like, what am I going to study? I'm like, make out with the guys. And I go, and it's multiple choice. And I'm like, well, haven't used C in a while. I haven't used D. And then I start making these little things. And I got a D because they graded it on a curve.
Oh, look at you.
But I earned it because, I worked to not going to that class. So, okay, there you go.
Well,
Yeah.
we have exact opposite stories.
Okay, all right.
Because
I wanna hear your story.
So I was playing in bands by the time I got to high school. By junior and senior year, I was hardly going, and I have to say, my teachers were amazingly understanding, and they were rooting for me. And from day one in high school, the guidance counselor, like, what do you want to do? I'm like, I'm going to play music. And she's like, okay, we'll see you next year, but let's start thinking about what you're going to do. And my senior year, she goes, I guess you're really going to do this, because I never wavered. But junior and senior year, I could not make it until third period. I just could not get up because we were rehearsing, and I was
Right.
like, that was my life. So by the time I went to one semester when I did go to college, at community college, Brookdale actually, and I took all music courses and I got A's, and then we got our first record deal. So I had the exact opposite experience.
That's why.
But I was very lucky to get through school. I mean, they ushered me out. They said, "Go have fun. Go ahead."
They're like, yeah, that music thing. Go do something with that, okay? Yeah.
Good luck. But I was very fortunate because high school was not. I wasn't present.
I'm always a little nervous. I never know what's going to be.
All right.
Right.
What's the worst physical pain you've ever experienced? There's a condition that runs in my family called gout. We put out our first album. I'm running with all my gear. We get to the Orlando airport. Long story short, by the time I got to the rental car, something was wrong with my foot. And I'm like, something's going on here. About 5 hours later, as we're going to our very first radio station to promote our first single called Send It To Me, I could not walk. And I'm driving the car, and I could feel tears in my foot while I'm driving. And I'm like, is there an alien eating my foot right now? So we stop at the drugstore a mile away from the radio station. She gets me a cane.
All they had was a purple one and a pink one.
I didn't care because I'm like, I didn't care what was going to happen because we're not going to go on radio tour and I'm not going to perform.
Right.
Hell no.
Exactly.
You can take my leg off. I'll show up. You know. So we go to the first station. We walk in. I'm limping and I'm like, oh my God, what did I do?
Right.
I call my brother, my older brother. He goes, well, here it comes. And I'm like, you're kidding me. This is what it is. He's like, yep.
Does this mean you're getting old?
And sure enough, I had gout, which they have an easy fix.
How many
Called
gout
allopurinol.
in your entire career as a journalist, and how many times has gout been said in one of your
More
interviews?
people
No,
have
this
it
is
than
the
you
first.
think.
This is the
I was
first.
gonna-
More
was
people
thinking
have
the
it, but nobody talks about
That's
it.
true. I think you're probably right about that.
Now we leave Orlando in the airport, and now he's got all the stuff. We have to put him in a wheelchair.
It's so bad I'm in a wheelchair.
Who
This
has
is before
to-
I'm diagnosed. It
Who
took 2
has
years
to wheel
diagnose.
him? Me. And I roll him into the shuttle, and I'm like, oh, good. I turn around, and he's gone because I did not put the lock on him.
So she's got me
And he
rolling,
just
knocking into kids.
rolled right
I
down
think
the
I
thing
smashed
into
some
a
kid in the
kid.
head. I'm like,
I would say the worst pain I've been has been more mental pain. When I get on airplanes.
Okay.
so on that
Freak out.
same trip she was talking about, we were getting on a flight, and it was one of the first times I really got to experience her anxiety on a plane.
Fun. What a great trip.
Yeah, I scream. I mean, so if any of you
Did
guys
you ever
out
see
there,
The Exorcist?
I
Do you know when her head
Spins
spins
around.
around?
because
That's-
I know I can't run.
That
or
is what
do that,
she looks
so-
like on a plane.
So I have to be contained. So my head just keeps doing. I do all this thrashing. So if any of you guys have some tips for,
For the
Anxiety.
trip to
Yes.
Europe, you got to be on.
because
board.
I will not stop living. That's the key.
I have one more set of cards.
Okay.
These
yes.
are my cowboy wisdom cards.
Oh, great.
Right? Little cards
I
for
love this.
inspiration.
Oh,
You
this
get yours.
one's mine.
Oh, that one's yours right there. Okay.
Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. Do I not say this to you all
Wow,
the time?
yeah.
Right.
How many times have you had a situation in your life where you were so upset because this didn't work out, and then something a month, a year, 2 years later happens, and you go,
Oh.
if that
That
happened the way
yes.
I wanted to have happen at the time, this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
So you have to. I always say, you got to trust the process. You have to trust that this happened because it was supposed to.
Yes. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for
Yeah,
taking the
our
time
pleasure.
here, having bagels with me.
Thanks for having
here
bagels with
at
us.
Jersey Oven.
Yeah, my God, it's
So
such a
much
great
fun.
time. And Mike got greetings from Asbury
Yeah,
Park.
that's
That's
right.
right.
How
Exactly.
perfect
How
is this?
funny is that?
I want to wish you guys good luck on the European tour.
Thank
you.
And we'll
Thank you
make
so
sure
much.
our fans are following you on all the socials and,
Yeah.
and all the things and keep an eye on you.
Great.
Thank
Thank you
you.
guys so
Thank
much.
you so
Thank
much.
you.
Join me, Sue Bonzell, every week for interviews and adventures with rising country artists on Up and Country.
Fashionably late thing.
Never me. You are fashionably late. Not even fashionably.
Well, that's my
late.
part of the fashion.
Yeah.
You're like, you're contributing,
We
right?
got on the red. We
Gotta
were on
do
the red carpet one day at Fashion Week, and I had this dress on. And of course, you know the question they always say,
Who are you wearing?
So Gordon, and so they get to him. So I got this from Walmart.
Oh, I did have a very. I had a special made bracelet that.
Yes,
girl
but you
downtown-
first said Walmart, and then he goes, I put it together myself. And let me tell you something, Walmart rocks. So,
It does. It really does.
you were being very
They have
honest.
Kiss shirts there. It does. rock.
All right, right.
We love Walmart. We love Walmart. We have to get on that little,
Oh yeah, the little people mover.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
the
the
train. The train. What's in there? What's the
shuttle?
thing? The
Shuttle.
shuttle. Yeah.
That thing.
Get in there. I'm not a big drinker, and I'm not gonna do all the medications because I don't want to drool and be like, no, I'm always happy.
Right. Okay.
I'm happy, damn it. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. No, it really is.